Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are diving deep into the world of React and focusing on a fundamental concept that plays a crucial role in building dynamic and interactive user interfaces. React props. I know many of you have been curious about how props work and why they are so essential in React development. Well, you're in the right place because in this video, we are going to unravel the mysteries of React props and break down the concept in detail. It's not just going to be theory, we're taking hands-on approach also.
Craving a career upgrade? Subscribe, like, and comment below. Dive into the link in the description to fast-track your ambitions. Whether you're making a switch or aiming higher, Simplilearn has your back.
But before we begin, just a quick info for you. If you are a professional who wants to switch career with software engineering by learning from the experts, then try giving a shot to Simplilearn's postgraduate program in full-stack web development. Accelerate your career as a software developer through this postgraduate program in full-stack web development course in collaboration with Caltech CTME. In just few months, you will learn modern coding techniques in bootcamp level intensity and gain all you need to be a full-stack technologist. The link in the description box should navigate to the home page where you can find a complete overview of the program being offered. So let's start with the first topic, which is what are React components? In React, components communicate with each other using props. Think of props as special messages or data that one component sends to another. These props allow components to share customized information like values or pieces of data. The word props is short for properties, which are basically the data or information of something. In React, props represent the specific details or attributes that one component wants to share with another. Remember, props or properties only make sense within the context of components. In other words, you need components in order to use props effectively. Props help components talk to each other and exchange information, making it easier to build dynamic and interactive user interfaces in React. So now, let's first make a parent and a child component, then we will link them. So let's go to Visual Studio. Alright, so this is our Visual Studio. Now, here we will first of all create a parent component. So app.js, we have named it parent component. Alright, so first of all, we'll import React from React. Alright, so now we will create a function app. Now inside this function we will return. So this is the syntax. So as you can see, now let's say we want to, let's create a div first of all. Now div is for multiple objects or attributes. I repeat, so now div is for multiple things. So as of now, we will inside the div, we will write, let's say, image. As of now, we will write image only. Then after that, we will add other things. So here I have zoomed in a bit so that it is easily visible for you guys. So as of now, let's export it. Export default app. Alright. Now, this is a parent component as of now. Alright, now we will link it with child components. For that, we'll have to create a child component. So we have named a child component as picture.jsx. Alright, so let's start creating this child component. So here also we'll do import React from React. Alright, now function, let's say picture. This is the name of the function. Alright, now here we will return. Now inside it, we will first of all write inside div again. Alright. Now inside this, like inside div, we will write a title and then we'll write an image. We'll attach an image. So h2, let's say. So we'll write a beautiful sunset. Alright, now after this, an image will attach. Alright, now what we'll have to do, now sources, there's a source I've written, so you can pick the image of your own. Landscape, let's name it. Then style, this is basically what we are doing is CSS. So in CSS we'll have to do double curly braces. Alright, inside double curly braces, let's say width is 300 pixels. Alright, so div here is closed. So this is the title and this is the image. Now this is the child component as if we know. So we'll export it. Export default picture. Alright. So now in order to use it in the parent component, we'll have to import it over there. So basically what we'll do is we'll simply import it by writing import picture from picture. Okay, import picture from. So now here we'll use dot slash. So because we want to locate it, dot slash picture. Alright, now here after h1 we can just write the name of the component. So picture, this is how you write a component, and now we'll save it. So basically what we are doing is we are just using this whole code over here by including this name with a backslash. So this is a component that we are using inside the app.js. This is a picture component. We are using it inside app.js. Now let's save it and let's see. So let's just click on it. As we can see, a beautiful sunset. Again, it is not a sunset, but yeah, we can see this image that we have given the h1 tag, and as of we can see h1, and this picture. Inside picture, what we are doing is there is a heading that is a beautiful sunset. Let's just change it. Let's write beautiful valley. Yeah, let's write valley. Alright, now again, as we can see, there is heading h2 in h2 tag, this one, and then there is image. So basically with the help of components we are using it inside the div after image tag. Now after this we can also pass props to the child component, that we will have a look afterwards. So in React we use a cool feature that lets us easily repeat a design without using a bunch of code. So let's say if I'm just copying it and paste it 4 times and save it again, so we will see 4 images and captions are there, the headings are there. So imagine you have a product card on a website and you want to show different products without typing out the details each time. So as we can see in the picture, these are the same products or same pictures. But what if we want a different products? So with React, we can set up the designs once and then just update the product name, price, description and image without getting into the nitty-gritty of the code. It's like having the template for displaying products, and we only need to change the specific details for each item without messing around with a lot of complicated code. This way, updating or adding new products becomes a breeze, and we keep things nice and organized without hard coding everything. As we can see now, we have hard coded it, but we don't have to. We can change each and every details of this image. Alright, so this is where props come into the picture, and for that we have to understand how to use props. So how to use props? So React follows a one-way data flow approach. This simply implies that information is transferred exclusively from parent component to its child components. Additionally, it's crucial to note that any data sent from parent component remains unalterable by the child component. In practical terms, this means that a data will move from app.js, acting as the parent component, to picture.js, which functions as the child component, as we did. This unidirectional flow of data ensures a structured and predictable interaction between different parts of React application. So now let's understand passing props to components. So in HTML, when you want to add special instruction to an input box, you can use attributes. For instance, if you want your friend to bring you a red balloon, you might say red in the instruction, and the balloon is like the input element. Similarly, in React, when you want to give specific instructions or information to a component, you use props. It's like telling your friend additional details. But in React world, you attach these details to component, much like attaching attributes to an HTML element. Inside the component tag, after specifying component's name, we assign a value to each property. As you can see, component name prop equals value. We can also use multiple props, that is multiple values also. As you can see, prop 1 value 1, prop 2 value 2, prop 3 value 3. So it's up to us. Alright, now this was about passing props to components. Now let's understand how to read props inside the child components. This is how you can pass props from parents. Now we will understand how to read props in the child components. To read the props inside the child component, you have to simplify and include the names of the props. They are listed inside the curly braces, right after the function name. So when you see something like function name and person, like this example, function, then function name, that is bike, then name and mileage. Name and mileage is inside the curly braces. So when you see something like name, mileage or any other name inside the curly braces, it means you can find and use the values inside the component. It's a simple way to organize and pass information to the function. So this is how you receive or read props inside the child components. Now let's understand it with the help of a fine example. Alright, so again we are on VS Studio Code. Now we will modify this code and understand how we can pass props from parent component to child component. We'll understand the functionality. So for that, let's just remove these, or we can also keep these as it is. Alright, now we'll go to picture.jsx. So this is a child component. We'll also have to modify this. But let's start with the parent component itself. Alright, so as we can see, h1 image, so we'll keep it as it is. Now inside this components, we'll first of all pass the attributes. So let's say the first attribute is title. So we want the title. So let's say first is a beautiful valley. Alright, so this is our first attribute, that is title. So as we have already understood that we can also pass multiple attributes, right? So this is our second attribute, image URL. Now inside this we'll use an image URL. So as of now I have some image URLs that I have kept, so I can use this. Just copy paste it. Again in a similar way we'll do another one. I'll just copy paste it so we can save some time. Alright, so I've copy pasted it and changed this URL, that is the image URL, and the title, that is a beautiful sunset. Now again we can copy this and go to another one. Now here what we'll do is we'll write, let's say, hills in the night. Alright, so again we'll have to copy paste. We're just copy pasting it because we need to save time, nothing else. Alright, so now we'll write green forest. Alright, so this is the image URL and this is the title. So we are done with this. Now we can just save it. So here what we are doing is we are passing these attributes to the child component. This is the component picture. We are passing these attributes to this child component. But here we have to read those attributes which the parent component is passing. For that, what we'll do is we will receive props, as you can see, props. Now we will change this hardcode data, that is the static data, to the dynamic one. This images, this title also. So how we will do that? We'll use the title prop to display a custom title. So what we'll do is we'll write inside the curly braces JSX. We'll write props dot title. Alright, so the title is this one, title beautiful valley. So this now becomes dynamic. It will automatically update over here. So this is the dynamic data now. Alright, similarly we'll do for image tag as well. So as we can see, src, so this is the static, this is not dynamic, right? This is the hard code. So we want it to be dynamic, so what we'll do is we'll write the same way as we did upwards. So curly braces. Now inside curly braces, what we'll do is props dot image URL. Alright, so this is the second attribute, image URL, props dot image URL. So now it becomes the dynamic. This is no longer hard code. Alright, so we can keep it as it is, CSS and all, and let's try to save it. Alright, so let's see everything is fine or not. Now let's see if it is working or not. Let's save it. So as you can see, a beautiful valley, a beautiful sunset, hills in the night. It is not visible. We'll have to figure it out. A green forest. So now it is a dynamic data. It's simply what we are doing is we are using this code only, and we are passing these attributes from the parent to the child component. So the child component is updating the title, this props image, this also, that is the image also. And we are simply using the components. We have used the same component, but we have changed the details or the information or the data. So this is how you can pass the props from parent component to a child component. Alright, now let's understand destructuring props. In JavaScript, there's a handy thing called destructuring. Imagine you have a bunch of data in an object or array and you want to pull out specific pieces and store them in a separate variables. Now in React, which uses JavaScript, when we are working with objects called props, here's what you do. First, group your properties using curly braces. You can then either put them into variable named props inside your function or just directly use them as functions input. So as you can see in this example, this props that this child component is receiving, then we are destructuring it into the variables that is being passed from the parent component. As you can see, the variables are color, name, mileage, price. So these are the attributes that is being passed from the parent to the child components. Now the child components is destructuring these attributes so that we can use them as it is. Instead of using props.color, props.name, we can simply use their name, that is color, name, mileage, etc. Now for the second step, to use these properties where you need them, just mention their names without using props before each one. So as we have done this, so we don't no longer have to use props.color, props.name, etc. So the second thing you can do is like this example, function product. This is the function name. And after that, simply you have done is, instead of using props, you simply pass the attributes image, name, description, price, and then you can use it further. So in a nutshell, destructuring in React is like picking out the bits you need from a bunch of data and using them easily in your code. So this makes our code more readable and concise. So this was about destructuring and about React props. So in this video, we have delved into the fundamental concepts of React props, understanding their role in a component communication. Through hands-on examples, we have seen how props enhance flexibility and usability in our React applications. Now equipped with this knowledge, you are ready to leverage props effectively in your own projects. Alright guys, with that we have come to the end of this video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I hope it really helped you all. Thanks for watching, stay safe and keep learning.
Staying ahead in your career requires continuous learning and upskilling. Whether you're a student aiming to learn today's top skills or a working professional looking to advance your career, we've got you covered. Explore our impressive catalog of certification programs in cutting-edge domains, including data science, cloud computing, cybersecurity, AI, machine learning, or digital programs, and set yourself on the path to career success. Click the link in the description to know more.
Hi there, if you like this video, subscribe to the Simplilearn YouTube channel and click here to watch similar videos. To nerd up and get certified, click here.